Okay, let's just dive right in. Picture this. The gym is buzzing, you see dozens of other athletes warming up, and yeah, the coaches are walking around with those clipboards. We've all been in that spot. It's that super high stakes, kind of anxious moment of a volleyball tryout. You've been practicing for weeks, you know you've got the skills, but how do you actually make sure you get noticed?
Right. This is the big question, isn't it? When a coach is scanning a whole gym full of athletes, what makes one person stand out? Because let's be honest, talent is everywhere. Having raw athletic ability is a fantastic start, but it's usually not the one thing that decides who makes the team and who gets cut. There's something else, something deeper that they're searching for.
And that brings us to what you could call the coach's secret weapon. It's this one quality that can push you way ahead of another player who might even be, a little more skilled than you. It's not about how high you can jump or how hard you can hit. It's all about how you react when a coach actually tries to make you a better player. This quote from Dr. Darren Cannell, a veteran coach, is, well, it's a little blunt, but it hits the nail on the head, right? It perfectly gets to the core of this idea. Success isn't just about trying again and again. It's about trying again with new information. It's about listening and then, this is the key, applying what you were told. So this brings us to the most important word for this whole explainer, coachability. It's one of those intangible qualities that coaches value so much. Right up there with a great work ethic and commitment. It's your willingness to be a student of the game. It shows you're not just there to show off the cool stuff you can already do, but that you're actually there to learn and to grow. But how do you really show a coach you're coachable, especially in the middle of a chaotic tryout? Well, it all comes down to your actions on the court, specifically how you take feedback during a drill. So let's break that down. Showing you, get it, really just boils down to a simple 4-step process. First, you gotta listen actively. That means eyes on the coach, stop whatever you're doing. Second, acknowledge you heard them. A quick nod and okay, coach, that's perfect. Third, and this is absolutely the most critical part, you have to attempt the correction on your very next try. Show them you're working on it right now. And finally, repeat it. Consistency is what proves you've actually absorbed the lesson. So this really shows the two types of players a coach sees out there. You've got player A, the learner. They get some feedback on their footwork, and you can see them making a real effort to adjust on the next ball. Then you have player B, the repeater. They hear the coach, but it's like it goes in one ear and out the other. Same mistake, next ball. Now, which one do you think the coach is going to put a star next to on their list? It's not about being perfect on the next try. It's about showing you're trying to be better. And following instructions isn't just about what a coach says to you directly. It's also about the unwritten rules of a practice. Coaches are always watching your hustle. When a ball goes flying, it is the player's job to go get it. A fantastic little technique is what's called the ball on the hip. You sprint, get the ball, and press it right into the coach's side so the drill never loses momentum. A coach who's chasing balls is a coach who isn't coaching. And when one person is lazy about it, the whole team often pays the price. Because in volleyball, one player's lack of focus brings everyone down. Now, this whole idea of following instructions, it goes way beyond the court's lines. Being coachable means you respect the rules and the culture of the team, and even the sport itself, both on and off the court. I mean, think about it. All those tournament rules, they're just a big set of instructions for everybody. The USAV handbook is packed with them. Wearing the right uniform, making sure your jersey number is correct, not using artificial noisemakers. These aren't just suggestions. They're instructions. And so is your conduct. You never, ever argue with a ref's call. You don't trash talk opponents from the bench. You cheer for your team. Following these rules shows discipline and respect. Two huge signs of coachability. In the modern game, technology is everywhere. We can measure pretty much every single physical thing an athlete does. But there's one thing all the sensors and AI in the world can't track: your attitude. That part, that's all on you. Just look at this. This is a dashboard from Connexon. It tracks player load, how many jumps you've done, your acceleration, every physical stat you can think of. With this kind of data, a coach knows exactly how explosive you are. But what this data can't show is how you respond to criticism, or your work ethic, or your commitment to the team. When every physical skill is a known number, Your character becomes the ultimate tiebreaker. So ultimately, what does all this add up to? It's about shifting your entire mindset. It's moving from just being a good player to being a great teammate. The kind of person a coach actually wants to build an entire program around. This right here is one of the biggest distinctions in all of coaching philosophy. Are you trying to be the best player on the team? The one who's focused on their own stats, their own highlights? Or are you trying to be the best player for the team? That means you're focused on communication, on hustle, on listening, and on making every single person around you better. That's the player who truly gets the game. And that's really the question I want to leave you with. When you walk into that gym for your next tryout, what's your real goal? Look, making the team is great, but the player who truly stands out, the player that every single coach wants, is the one who walks in already thinking about how they can make the entire team better. That is the secret.